Welcome to the new year. Welcome to 2025. I'm Liz, and this is Love of Fibers. This is a knitting podcast where I share my love for all things knitting. And today I am here to share all of my winter knitting plans. I am so excited to be here to share what I have found and what I've added to my queue and patterns that I have loved for a long time and I finally have yarn for. They are finally in my queue and I'm so excited. And even more excited because a lot of the yarn that I am going to use for these patterns are from Stash. Two patterns that I really want to knit. They're pretty new. I don't have the yarn for, and those I will probably make purchase for because I really want to knit those out. The first pattern that I want to share is the Louisiana sweater by Petiteknit. This sweater is gorgeous. It is knitted up on a super bulky weight yarn, and you use 8 and 9 millimeter needles to create this gorgeous sweater. It is a raglan construction. It is top down, and it is just a 1x1 rib all around the finishes. It's just gorgeous, and it's winter here, and it's very cold, so I figure this is such a nice, comforting knit to have and to utilize, during the winter. And also, it'll be a quick knit, so I'll definitely be able to use it during the cold months. And for this sweater, I had a yarn in mind. And so when Sewrella Yarn released the Rhinebeck collection, which was all these beautiful colors inspired by the Rhinebeck Festival up here in upstate New York, she released this color that is called Close Knit, and it's this beautiful, beautiful burgundy color. And for the first time, she was releasing her Boucle DK weight yarn. So I was in love with this yarn, and I did a little bit of research, and I realized that if I held it double, I could meet gauge for this sweater and make this sweater in this gorgeous yarn. I'll put pictures for you guys of the yarn because as soon as it came in, like the next day, I set up my yarn winder and I winded them up, all the skeins, and I have them ready to go. I will show you the yarn, but it's already caked up because, like I said, I'm so excited for this sweater. Look at this gorgeous yarn. Look at this color. Isn't this just beautiful? It is this gorgeous, deep, rich burgundy wine color, which is one of my favorite colors. And it is so soft. So it's boucle. It will be my first time knitting with boucle yarn. And it's actually one of my, my top goals for 2025 was to knit up with boucle yarn. I've never done anything in boucle. And this boucle is super beautiful and soft. This is 100% superwash merino. And it's, like I said, it's DK weight. It comes in 100 gram skeins, and I believe it's 240. Let me see, I have the tag here. I can tell you. Yes, 240 yards you get for 100 grams. And like I mentioned previously, this is from the Rhinebeck collection. It was a pre-order, so I just love this color. And I ended up getting the Rhinebeck countdown calendar, which were like these little mini skeins of each color. So I was able to see this color in the mini skein and I loved it. And I was like, I need to get this in the boucle. And I am so glad that I did. It is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It is so soft. And I cannot wait to create this gorgeous sweater with this yarn. The next pattern that I want to share is the cloud sweater from Petiteknit. And this pattern was, if you watch my podcast for the fall knitting plans, it was part of my fall knitting plans. And this pattern, I had mentioned there that if I didn't get to knit it in the fall, it was going to move over to my winter knitting plans because I really want to knit up this sweater. It's gorgeous. I've had the yarn in stash since my visit to Edinburgh, which I actually bought the yarn there for this specific project. So it's a beautiful yarn, which I'll show you in a minute. But this sweater is just a sweater that I know I'll get a lot of use out of. It is a mock neck sweater. It is a top-down sweater. It has drop shoulder sleeves and it's knit in the round. It has short rows to lift the back. It's just a simple, beautiful sweater. It's knit up in bulky weight on a 4.5 millimeter needle. So it should be a very quick knit and it's just a beautiful construction. Has some beautiful little details. And I cannot wait to knit this up because I know I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. The yarn I'm using for the pattern, it's actually the same yarn that Petiteknit suggests to use for the pattern. I ended up getting it, like I said, on my trip when I went last year to Edinburgh, and it's just gorgeous. So this is Sandnes Garn Gauze, which is in the color beige. It's just beautiful, beautiful. Let me put this down so it can focus just on this yarn. It is so fluffy and so beautiful. This is a bulky weight yarn and it is 62% alpaca, 29% nylon, and 9% wool. It is just beautiful, beautiful, so soft and so fluffy. And just the color is just gorgeous, gorgeous. I love it. And I will be holding it with the Isager Silk Mohair, which is in the color 6, which is like a beige as well. And this is 75% mohair and 25% silk. It's really, really beautiful, really soft, 25 grams. You get 232 yards. Oh, on this bulky weight, this I believe is, let me just see here. This is a 50-gram wool in it, and you get 164 yards for it. So I bought enough to, obviously, for the pattern. And I cannot wait to just kind of put these two together. Look at this beautiful yarn. It's gonna be so good. And knit this up. So I am really looking forward to this. This is gonna be my next cast on as soon as I work on that Louisiana sweater. So I'm excited for these projects. The next pattern that I'm gonna share, it is the Stockholm sweater. This is a beautiful classic design. It's by Petiteknit. I've heard great things about it. So I'm excited to knit this one up. And this is done, she does it on holding 2 lace weights. It's a DK weight pattern on a 4mm needle. I will be using a merino and mohair versus the 2 lace to knit up my sweater. And it is a top-down sweater. It has short rows, is knitted in the round. I believe is a drop shoulder. It's just a classic, beautiful design. And I will be using for this, and I'm super excited because it's in one of my favorite colors. Look at this beautiful combination here. So this is the Knitting for Olive Merino. It is just gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at this beautiful color. Oh, I cannot wait to have this sweater. And holding it with their mohair, which is just a beautiful combination to knit with. It is just gorgeous. And I cannot wait to knit this up. Look at that beautiful combination. It's gonna create such a gorgeous sweater with a beautiful halo. I love knitting for olive mohair because it doesn't shed. It's very soft. It's not itchy. So it's one of my favorites that I've used. And I just really love this. And their merino is so, so soft. It's gorgeous. If you've never tried it, definitely put these 2 yarns on your, you know, must try yarns. And it's really, they're really affordable as well. And you get a lot of yardage for the price that you pay in this beautiful merino. This is 50 grams. You get, I believe, let me see, I think it's in meters, 250 meters. So it's a lot. I'll put, when I edit, I will put the conversion for the yardage for you guys, but you get a lot of yarn for, you know, for 50 grams. It's fingering, it's really beautiful. And this is a 25-gram ball. And this one, let me see, this one you get 225 meters. So just beautiful, beautiful yarns and not expensive. And it's such a pleasure to knit with Knitting for Olive. I honestly can tell you that I love knitting with this yarn. And this will not be my last project. I have so many other projects that I want to knit up with these yarns. The next pattern that I want to share, it is a cardigan. And let me tell you, I really need to focus on making some cardigans because when I took everything out for 2024 to do my everything I knit in 2024, I realized that I don't own a cardigan. So I really, my focus for like spring and winter knits is going to be to at least make 1 cardigan this, you know, this winter and 1 in spring because I don't have any. And one of the cardigans that I love, love, love is the cardigan number 9 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. It is a beautiful, beautiful cardigan that I feel that it's just a classic design I can wear with pretty much anything. And one of the features that I really love of this design is the saddle shoulders. I have never made anything with saddle shoulders. And that's, again, one of the things that I have as a goal to do for 2025. And so I am super happy because I will get to have a cardigan, but also up my skills. And this beautiful sweater has these beautiful toggle buttons, which I will also put on my sweater because I love toggle buttons. I need to purchase those. I don't have them. This sweater is knit up on an Aran weight yarn and it is on a 5mm needle. So it's a pretty quick knit, I feel. The only thing, it's knit in the flap because it's a cardigan. The sleeves obviously are in the round. I believe it has short rows as well. So it's just a really beautiful design. And the yarn that I'm going to be using for that sweater, it is this gorgeous, gorgeous black yarn. And this yarn I bought when I went to Rhinebeck in 2024. and it's just beautiful. This is a combination of wool and mohair. So I think it's gonna just have this beautiful halo, also a little bit of a drape, so it's gonna be really nice. This yarn is very lightweight and fluffy, and I think it's gonna create such a beautiful, beautiful sweater. This yarn is called Brown Sheep Lamb's Pride Worsted. And I had never heard of this company, and so I was really happy to discover it at Rhinebeck. I am so in love with this black yarn. So this is part of my goal this year, to knit at least 2 garments in black, which I love black, but I don't have anything. It's not fun to knit with, but I am willing to sacrifice myself to get this cardigan in this beautiful black yarn. I can't wait to cast on for this cardigan, and hopefully it won't be such a slow knit just because it's black yarn and also in the flat, but it doesn't matter. It will be such a beautiful sacrifice to knit with this because this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous yarn, and this black is just beautiful, beautiful. It just with the mohair, you know, with the mix, with the blend, it has this beautiful halo that I love. I don't think you could see it on screen, but it's just beautiful. The next sweater that I have, I am really excited about this sweater. This is a colorwork sweater, and I have been loving this sweater since I first saw it, and it's been like in my mind forever. And I was like, this winter, I am going to knit up this sweater. And it is the Lumme Pullover by Sari Nordlund. I love all her designs. I've never knitted anything up from her. I actually have a lot of patterns that I really want to knit up from her because she's such a beautiful designer. But this will be my first, and it is beautiful. It is colorwork yoke, and it's a circular yoke, so really beautiful. And it also goes on the sleeves, the design of the colorwork. And I will be using, this will be my, let me show you, my main color is, I already caked this up. This is Cascade 220, which the pattern calls for. And this is the color Japanese Maple. I love this color. And so this is my main color, and this is a worsted weight. And I will be then doing my color work in this beautiful yarn, which you guys know that I'm obsessed with. This is what I use to do my frame sweater. This is from Webs. This is Northampton Valley Yarns. This is 100% wool, non-superwash, just like the Cascade 220. And this is 100 grams, 247 yards. You get a lot of yardage for this. This is their natural color. I just love this. I think this combination, it's going to be beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is going to be, you know, the main color, like I said, and this is going to be for the color work. It's going to be so good. I cannot wait to cast this on. And I love that it's all in 100% wool. It's my favorite to knit with. And that is single strand. Another great thing. As much as I love adding mohair to my projects, or, you know, holding it with something else, or just like 2 strands, it's not as fun as when it's just single strand, 100% wool. For me, it's so satisfying to knit, and I really enjoy knitting that way. So I'm really excited to put this together for the Lumme Pullover, and I cannot wait, you guys, to do this. This is gonna be so good. There's so many projects on Ravelry for this sweater because it's just gorgeous, and everybody raves about it. Everybody says that the fit is fantastic. So I'm just like really, really looking forward to casting this on this winter. Like I mentioned earlier, I really need cardigans. So the next cardigan that I would love to knit up, and I've heard such great things about it. Everyone says the fit is fantastic. It's a classic. You can kind of wear it with anything, which is what I need in my wardrobe. So it is the Esther jacket from Petiteknit. I just love the texture on that jacket. And when I was thinking about making that, I was like, I don't know if I have yarn for it. I don't want to go out and buy yarn. But when I started looking through Ravelry, I saw someone make it in the Fisherman's Wool from Lion Brand, and it's beautiful, and it clicked for me. I was like, that's the yarn. I have it in stash. I need to make the Esther jacket in that yarn. So this is what I'll be using. This is Lion Brand's Fisherman's Wool, 100% wool. This is the natural color, and it's just really soft, really nice. But I was thinking that, like, with a yarn like this, I didn't want to use this yarn for any kind of sweater that's going to be on my skin. I really want to use this for, like, a cardigan, right? So the Esther jacket, it's perfect. And like I said, I was in love with that project that I saw on Ravelry, which the person made it in this yarn, and it's just beautiful. This, like, all the texture, you can, like, really see it. It's really gorgeous. So the stitch definition is really nice in this. So I'm excited to knit this up. in this yarn. I've never used this yarn. I'm really looking forward to using it. It's very inexpensive for us here. You can get it, at Joann's, Michael's. There's always coupons. And they have, the colors are not that many, maybe like 6 or 7, but they're really beautiful, all of them. And you get so much yardage in this, this ball of yarn. It is 465 yards, you guys, and it's 227 grams. So it's just beautiful, beautiful, and you get a lot of yardage. So you can't beat it, and for the price. And if you apply your coupon, even better. But anyway, I'm excited to do the Esther jacket in this. The next pattern that I want to share, that I really want to make, I've been obsessed with this pattern because I just love all the texture. I love the shoulder detail. It's a crew neck. The fit is just beautiful. I want to really make this. This is the sweater number 18 by my favorite things knitwear. It's just gorgeous. And this is an Aran weight sweater. And I, in stash, have a yarn that I really want to knit this sweater in, but I'm missing the mohair because it's knit up on Aran weight. So it's Aran plus lace that she uses. And I just love it because it has like that beautiful kind of halo. Also, I wouldn't mind knitting it up just on a single strand of wool, but the yarn that I'm going to use, I don't think I would meet gauge for the sweater. I mean, I can try it, but I'm not sure. So the yarn that I'm going to be using that I have in stash and I love and it's beautiful, it is, look at this gorgeous yarn, you guys. So this is Dusty Artichoke by Knitting for Olive. This is their heavy merino. This is a yarn that I love. I knitted my weekend hat in this, and I just love this yarn, you guys, this worsted. If you've never used it, you need to get your hands on it. It is so good to knit with. And so this is what I want to use for that sweater number 18. The gauge for the sweater is 16 stitches on a 5mm needle. This yarn gives me on a 4.5mm needle 18 stitches. So I can swatch with a 5mm needle on this and see if I hit the gauge of 16 stitches. If I hit the gauge with 16 stitches and I like the fabric that it creates, I will probably just make it in this yarn. If I don't hit gauge, or if I don't like the yarn that it creates, I will just order the Dusty Artichoke mohair from Knitting for Olive to hold together and then cast on. Because I love this sweater. I want it to be perfect. I want it to fit really nice. And I just love the construction of it. It is a top down, it is in the round, it's drop shoulder, and it has all this beautiful texture. It has this beautiful shoulder detail like I mentioned before. And I just love, love, love the fit of this sweater. And so I really want to add that to my collection. And I think in this color, it's going to be just beautiful because this muted, beautiful kind of like greenish color, it's so I feel like it's just a beautiful neutral color that I can kind of throw this sweater on with anything. And so I'm excited to knit this up. And you guys, this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous color. So beautiful. I cannot wait to knit with this because, like I said, Knitting for Olive Heavy Merino is so, so good and squishy and soft. And it does not itch at all. My weekend hat is knit in this and the mohair. And it's so soft. It holds up so beautifully. It's a year old, my weekend hat. And it looks just like I knitted it the first day. So I want to knit this sweater up in this specific yarn. So I cannot wait to gauge. I will keep you guys posted if I'm able to meet gauge with this and I can cast on. The next pattern that I want to share, it is called the Grid Gambit. It is this beautiful cowl that has all this texture that is just gorgeous. It is mosaic knitting and it's charted. It's knitted in the flat. The finishes it's an I-cord. It's just really beautiful. I think this is a quick knit project. It is in DK weight on a 4.5mm needle. It is so beautiful. This is such a fun project because you can either use, a solid in a changing color yarn to do it, or you can use a solid and all your minis. So it's super fun. You can get super creative, you can kind of make it your own. And the combination of colors that I will be using to make mine is this. This is just, I'm in love with this color combination. I believe that this cowl is something that I'll get a lot of use out of, and especially in this color that I can kind of throw on with everything. And this is Folklore from Sewrella. This is a very old skein that I have. This is from the Taylor Swift Eras collection, her first collection. It's 100 grams, 400 yards. And it's just really soft, really beautiful. So this is classic sock. And I will be holding this double to meet gauge, you know, for the DK weight. And then this one, it is classic DK. It's 100% superwash merino wool, 100 grams, 231 yards. It is beautiful. Look at this gorgeous label and look at this beautiful color. It's like all my favorite colors all in one skein. Look at this gorgeous, gorgeous blue that you have here. Then you have this gorgeous kind of like brown. Let me just turn it here so you could see. Look at this, how pretty. Look at these beautiful, it has some, oh, it has also some green. This is like green. So you have the green, the navy blue, the brown. It's just really, really gorgeous. And I cannot wait to knit this up and see all these colors, you know, coming through within that texture. I think it's gonna be just gorgeous. I really hope that I have enough of this to create this project because I only have one skein. So I don't have any more. And like I said, was a pre-order, a limited, you know, release collection. I don't think I could get my hands on any more of this yarn. So I'm really hoping that I'm good with the 200 yards that I'll have for the main color. But this is so beautiful, you guys. I cannot wait. I think this is gonna be such a gorgeous cowl. The next pattern that I'll be sharing, it is a pattern that I have loved for a long time and it's been in my library for a while. It is the hipster hat from Petiteknit. It is a 2x2 rib hat and it's bottom up. It's just beautiful. And I actually had yarn that I bought in 2023 for that specific hat. So you guys know how long I've wanted to make that hat. It is from Sewrella Yarn, the color Brick, which was part of her Autumn in New York collection, which I loved. It was actually my New Year's Day cast on. I had it all kicked up. I had it ready to go. So this hat is a small project that will live in my, you know, in my bag on the go. So I can knit a couple of rows here and there. So it's a slow knit, even though it's a small project. It's not something that I'm going to finish right away, but I am happy that I cast it on and that I have it. So the color is this gorgeous, gorgeous color. Look at that. It's called Brick. Again, Sewrella Yarn. It's a DK weight. 100% superwash merino. It's just beautiful. And like I said, I casted this on New Year's. Let me just put this down here. I casted this on New Year's Day and I am so excited. Look how beautiful. It lives in my bag. So every time I leave the house and I'm waiting somewhere or I'm sitting to have a coffee, I knit a little bit here and there. It's just gorgeous. I'm loving knitting this up. It's completely mindless. You pretty much, you know, it's a 2x2 all the way until you have to get to the top to do your decreases. So it's really just a comforting knit. You can either cast on. The recommended cast on is a tubular cast on, which I did because I wanted a really nice edge on the fold because you're going to end up folding this up, right? So I wanted, let me just see. Yeah, I knitted enough to show you. So it's going to be like this. You're going to, you know, you're going to fold it up. So I wanted to do the tubular cast on because I wanted that beautiful edge. You can also cast on with a long tail cast on. I've seen them done like that as well. Look at this gorgeous color. It's just beautiful. I'm so excited to have this on my needles and I cannot wait to have this knit up, even though that is like a slow knit. You know, I'll only knit a little bit here and there whenever I go out because it stays in my bag. I just love it. It's so beautiful. The color is so rich. It's gorgeous. And it's so squishy too because it's a 2x2, which I love. I love anything 2x2. So this is a project that if you look at Ravelry, the hipster hat is very popular and everybody says it's a beautiful fit. So I'm excited because I love my weekend hat, which I want to make another one because it's just the fit is incredible. The next pattern that I want to share, and I don't have the yarn for, but I really want to make this. It is the Jose hood. And this hood I bought as soon as it released. It's just beautiful. And I want to buy yarn that is very soft and very comforting because it's basically a hood that you're going to wrap around your neck. And I want that yarn to be very soft on my skin with no itch factor or anything like that. So I might splurge a little bit on the yarn for that specific hood. And it's knitted up on a 5mm needle. It's an Aran weight. It's just gorgeous. And this pattern is basically you work the top of the hood, then you're gonna pick up stitches on the side to then work back and forth flat. And it finishes with an I-cord. So then once you wrap it around, you can tie it with this beautiful I-cord bow. It's just gorgeous. And I love it because it's kind of like a fusion, you know, within a scarf and a hood. So you have both, and it's easy to remove. So like here, it's so cold. You always have, you know, something around your neck and your head, and you're in and out. So you're constantly taking things off. So I think that this hood is so practical for me because wherever I'm at, you know, I just have to like push the hood down and I'm good. And then when I'm back out in the street, just kind of put it on. Also, you don't have to worry about your hair, your bangs, anything, because it's just like nice and loose. It's just beautiful. If you guys haven't seen this Jose hood, it's just gorgeous. And this is a must make for me now for winter. And I need to go and find this yarn for it because I am excited and really looking forward to knit this one up. The next must knit for me, but I don't have the yarn in stash. It is the skirt number 1 for my favorite things knitwear. This skirt is so beautiful. I've always wanted a knitted skirt, and I think this one is perfect because I'm short. So I can, you know, it just hits right above my knee. It's a beautiful mini, but I can also make it a little bit longer if I wanted to. But I think that the way that she did it as a mini is so beautiful. And I love the yarn that she used because it's a tweed yarn. And I've never knitted anything up with tweed. And that's on my 2025 must use, like yarns to use. So I feel that this is something that I definitely need to knit, a yarn that I'm definitely gonna buy because I want to knit with tweed, and this is the perfect project for it. It's beautiful. And so I cannot wait to find this yarn and knit this skirt up. The friends of mine that have knitted say it's such a quick knit. It's a beautiful fit. This is a skirt that I feel that is, the silhouette is so classic. You can like, I already have all these different like outfits that I can do with this skirt, and I have not even knitted it up yet. So I am really looking forward to finding this yarn and purchasing it and casting on because I feel this is gonna be such a satisfying knit for sure. I hope I gave you a lot of inspiration. I hope that some of these patterns made them to your queue or to your favorites, or even maybe some of the yarns. I am super excited for 2025, especially for the winter knits, and I hope that everyone is as well. Thank you for watching and for being here. If you enjoy my content and haven't subscribed, feel free to do so. I would love to have you as part of the Love of Fibers community. Thank you so much for your support. And let me know, what are you planning to knit this winter? There's so many beautiful patterns out there. I know, but not enough time. Thank you so much, guys. Happy knitting. Bye.